Agenda. Should we come and talk on their agenda item, or?
What is,
So they're actually on the agenda too, so should I get through the public comment and then?
what is the
It's the
issue?
Holman Road.
Keep calm.
Okay, yeah, I figured I'd let her talk during the agenda item
Let
too.
him talk. You gonna talk now?
Whatever you prefer.
We
What do you
can
prefer?
move that agenda item up.
That's you, that you run the meetings, it's up to you.
Okay, what agenda item
Well,
are you?
why don't you, here's what I suggest you do. Either you let them talk, if you wanna say something now,
Yes.
okay, why don't you let them talk now, then we'll go to the agenda item.
Okay, I'll move you up on the agenda to be the first agenda
Thank you.
item too, but feel free to.
Okay, very good, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, Board of Supervisors. I'm Rich Janowski and my wife Marie Janowski, and we're at 59 Holman Road.
Thank you.
And we come to you today because we, as well as our neighbors, on the ending portion of Holman Road, we experienced stormwater management issues because of the roadway surface of the final portion of Holman Road. We live at the end of the paved portion, and then there's a remaining portion that is, at this point, it's kind of like a dirt, silt road. We experienced stormwater management issues, as well as our neighbors. They weren't able to make it this evening. I want to speak on what we experienced. What we find is that in the springtime and through storms throughout the summer, the stormwater washes the roadway surface onto our property and onto our driveway. The stormwater floods our driveway and our grass, and the stormwater washes away the surface of our driveway onto the grass. What we see is that where there is, with no stormwater collection basins, and that whatever the surface is, it just doesn't direct the water into, I guess, a dedicated pathway where that water can drain. So we saw, or Marie talked with Ken, the township, he is the roadway superintendent, because the crew came out, as they typically do in the springtime, to regrade that portion of the road. We have noticed that at this point, any roadway surface that had been applied prior has pretty much washed away, it's gone.
And I'd like to just interject, we brought actual samples. These are just 3 rocks collected. I find these along our grassland because our property runs parallel to the unpaved portion of Holman Road. So these are often at the edge or even in, on my property. So if I'm cutting the grass, I have on occasion run over these things. Couple times they kicked up, hit me in the head, one in the eye, one in the ankle, and there have been numerous times where we had to get our lawn tractor repaired, which was quite costly, and of course there was downtime associated with that. But this is what you guys refer to as, what is this?
Silt.
Silt?
That's what the roadway surface is now.
This is it. And this is what runs down our driveway and has run down our driveway. And we've experienced these issues, and forgive me, I'm very frustrated because I'm very tired that this has been for 18 years.
Can I see that map?
Oh, you can
So
have
I
it.
sent the board, she forwarded me videos, and she came to my business after the road crew was on Holman Drive, and I asked her to send me, she said about the history of many years, and that she had documentation, so I had her send it, and then I forwarded it on to you guys, just over the last 2 days or 3 days.
Mhm.
Yeah. What that is the remaining of what was placed on the surface, I'm gonna say approximately 10 years ago. And it was that asphalt millings. And it as time, it has just broken down, and there's really nothing left of it. It didn't seem like it held up very well because it wasn't a paved surface. It was kind of like large chunks. prior to that being placed down, there was just 2B limestone. And we understand it's somewhere in there, it's based on cost of the roadway surface. But what we've talked about now, and what Marie talked with Ken about, is now that the road surface is just down to the silt, kind of a dirt mix. And it's probably where there would be some discussion to apply more surface. We were hoping to, or we just wanted to ask if the board could consider open to discussion to what the roadway surface was, and then if it could be examined, if there was money to have a permanent roadway surface instead of another layer that the road crew would just spend time and money regrading a couple of times a year, and we would just have the same road water management issues.
So I will tell you, when we get to the agenda item, which again, I'll move it up to the first item, I had an email from our engineer that on his way to this meeting, he was gonna go take a look at the situation, so I don't know what he has to say about it, but he went there right before he came here. And I did ask Mr. Puglisi to attend the meeting, so he can give us some more data on what we maybe can do to help you guys.
Thank you, because we're just going on, you know, we're not professionals in that, so we're just going on kind of what we see and what we experience, and in the hopes that it would move to a discussion of a permanent roadway surface.
I can understand 18 years is a long time.
It's very frustrating.
Yeah. Okay,
But,
thank
so
you.
we might have you come back up when we get to your agenda. item.
Okay.
Thank you.
Don't go away yet. Joe, Ellen, is it me?